Hey everyone, it's Becky. I just have a design team project to share with you guys for Craft Supplies 1. Before I do that, I just want to do a couple of announcements. The first thing is the parchment paper flowers is still on sale. If you buy a little cluster of them, you'll get the second set for free. So it's buy one, get one free, and it's automatically included in your order, so you don't have to put any coupon codes or anything in for that. And I showed them last time in my last video for my design team project for Craft Supplies 1. And the second announcement is there's a guest design team spot coming open for Craft Supplies 1. And so I'm trying to think, because I read it yesterday and I shared it on my Facebook page. So if you are friends with me, you've probably seen it. But some of the requirements I can remember is you have to have a YouTube account and a Facebook. Now the Facebook is just because we communicate a lot through Facebook, and so just to be in the group and stuff and know what's going on with the design team. And then we also share our projects and stuff like that, just kind of, I guess, encourage each other. And then I'll post the links to Julie's YouTube account and her Facebook, because that's how you're going to contact her, is either through her YouTube account, Facebook, or her shop, and let her know that you're interested, and she will check out your YouTube account and kind of see. You have to do videos too, so that's another requirement. So on with my design team project, I I made some hearts, some puffy hearts, and I got the inspiration for these from Christina, which is Christina95901, I believe is the numbers here on YouTube. And then also from FaithChick777 here on YouTube. So I don't remember. I think I've watched Christina's videos, but I also I remember seeing it for sure on Facebook in our little group. And she made some hearts that was really cute. But she used burlap, and I don't have any well, I have a little bit, but it's not for sewing or anything, because it falls apart really easy. So I just made mine out of material. But they were really cute, so I decided to make some. And it's like a wall hanging, and what I did is I tiered them from each other, but it's actually just going from the first heart up here, like all the hooks or whatever, the little, oh, I forget. Why does everything escape me? The little hooks right here, they just all come from this very first heart. And I don't know why I did it like that. I think I didn't want to hang them from each one because I wanted to all kind of cluster. And that's, I think, the only way I really knew how to do it. So, let me just pull it down and I'll show you. But it does hang on the wall better because, like, behind my little cloth here, there's nothing. So, it's nothing really holding it up. So they hang a lot better on the wall. Let me just kind of go over what I did with these. Of course, I sewed them. What I did, I sewed all of them just around the edges. I did this out of a piece of scratch paper. I just cut, heart freehand. And then I took it like this. And let me move my camera down really quick. Sorry, guys. Gonna see a little bit of movement. It's just easier if my camera's a little bit lower. I don't have to hold things up so high. Let me just move this down so you guys can see. So here, I just took a piece of paper and I cut the heart out, and then I laid it flat on my fabric and just traced around it and then cut it out. It's pretty easy. And then I took my sewing machine and sew around the edges, and then I just left a little gap open to put stuffing in, and so I stuffed them until I thought they were cute. And then I went back in with my sewing machine and just put it, sewed it shut. I'm sure you could sew it by hand, but I'm being a little lazy. So that's what I did. And then when I did my material, like for like this one, I frayed the edges a little bit. I didn't fray as much as I wanted it to, but I didn't want to fray it too much. So I was trying to make it as shabby chic as possible. So that's what it, like the first thing that I did. I'm trying to get in here. And this was the first one that I made, and it's just out of this material. I don't even really know what it is. I made a table runner a long time ago, and I think I used this in the middle, like between, like a batting type thing. If you guys can kind of see what, I forget the name of it. It's got a name. It's not belt, I know that. And so I sewed it. This one's the same on both sides. And then I didn't really know where I was going with these and what I wanted to do. So what I did is I kind of sewed, like the patch, I just sewed around the edges and then glued it on. So I just kind of, this one, I sewed around the edges, but it's really thin material, so it didn't sew that well. So I just kind of frayed it a lot and glued it on there, and I thought it was cute. Made it look shabby. I put some thread in there, you know, like I wound it up on my finger and then just put it down, and then I put this down over the top of it to kind of hold it. Same with over here. I don't know if you guys can see that thread. I hope my lighting's okay. And then I made this stick pin, this bead cap, flower bead cap, and then the pearl is from Craftsupplies1. And then the key, I just put on a jump ring and put the stick pin through the jump ring to hold it on there. And then these little tags are the Tim Holtz tags. And then I just put some thread, and then this is just some of that same material that's right here. I sewed it to the little tag ticket. And then this is a applique, a flower applique from Craftsupplies1. I just cut one side of the leaves off that are like this and put a little bling in it. And then this is some crochet, and I didn't get it out. This is some crochet trim from Craftsupplies1. And then this is the same as I used up here. And let me show you that. This is what I have left, and what I did is I just cut it, and then you can just fray. See how the ends fray? That's what I did. So I just cut these two sides off on this trim, on the crochet trim, and then it looks like this. I'll show you. So I think it made it look really shabby. If I can untwist it, there we go. And it's really, really soft crochet. I love it. And then I put it across here. This one I just glued to the edges right here. Some of them I did sew, and some I was thinking before, if I would have stopped and thought about it, I could have sewed it to the top piece and then sewed it, you know, all together. But I didn't really, like I said, didn't really know where I was going with it. So that's my first one. Oh, and then back here, I didn't sew in my little loops, my little hangers, so I ended up having to glue them, and then because I kept forgetting and I forgot on two of them, so I just left all of them the same, and then I just did a bow out of some ribbon that I had in my stash. And I'm not very good at bows, so I did my best. And then this one was the one I did next. And that's just material that I had in my stash. You can kind of see where I kind of tried to fray it. And then I sewed it. And then this one, I put the trim down. This is the organza trim from Craftsupplies1, and it's just got like a purple edge, a light purple edge to it. And I did sew this one down. I did put it down. I made the heart first, and then I glued this trim down, and then I went in and sewed it. And it didn't really matter because this is my second one, so I was just kind of testing it. Like you can see where I kind of sewed it there, and you can't really even tell. So And then I put down this pearl trim from Craftsupplies1, and then another ticket and some more of that material. And then this is the edges of the little loops, the little hangers, and I just glued it back behind here. Just kind of made it look shabby. And then there's some cheesecloth on this one behind here, and then behind the wood word, and it says love. And I gessoed this, and then I put down pastel purple chalk ink, the Prima Chalk Edger, and then I put a little bit of white gesso on top. So it's kind of got a little bit of texture to it because I didn't just paint the gesso on, I kind of dabbed it on. And then back behind the word is a heart doily from Craftsupplies1. And then here's a stick pin with a butterfly. And then there's a pearl down there. And then a bead cap and a flower bead cap from Craftsupplies1. And then here's a little heart key from Craftsupplies1 with a jump ring. It's attached to the E. And then these are the porcelain and with the ribbon rose, rolled rose in the middle from Craftsupplies1. And these are the darker purple ones, but I just put some gesso over the top. And so that's pretty much this one. And then the back, just the same, just a bow, the same material. All the backs are the same. And then I did this blue one next. Blue one's the same. I tried to fray the edges. And then I put down, and I had this one out because it's a little confusing. It's this wide trim, and what I did is I just cut off these two, like this edge and this edge, and I put it down and layered them. And then this trim is from my stash, this blue one underneath. And then I just layered these two, and then this is some tulle, and I folded it and kind of did a running stitch, and then I cut slits in it. So it's kind of all froofy, I guess, like a tutu. And then this is some pearl trim from Craftsupplies1. It's the iridescent. Hope you guys can really see this. And then there's another flower applique with a halfback pearl in the middle. And then another ticket. And I'm trying to think. Oh, this one I put, did I? Yeah, I did. This one, this crochet trim here on this one, I couldn't remember. I just cut the two edges off, and I did the same thing, so I just kind of frayed it, and then I glued it back behind there. So I'm trying to see if I can see it. See how I just kind of frayed it? So I just cut the edges off of it, and then I frayed it and glued it down. There's some cheesecloth, and then that same white material that I have, and then this is just a stick pin. I think I got that from Marla Rizzo. And then this is a heart, wood heart from Prima. And then this bow is from my stash, from some trim, but Julie does have some of this bow trim in her shop. And then this is a blue and white flower. It's a 1/2 inch. It's two-tone, and then I hung one of the little teeny tiny Eiffel Towers from it, from the little heart. And then, oh, on the heart, I took some of the little edges from the trim, this trim, the crochet trim, ooh, and on the part where I cut, you know, I just glued it back behind the little flower, or the heart, to make it, you know, kind of look shabby. So that's pretty much it on that one. And then here's my kind of peachy one. So they've all got different lengths for the hooks. Let me see if I can, like this one's super long because it's the longest. It hangs to the bottom, so it's got a super long hanger. And then this one's a little bit shorter. And then my purple one is a little bit longer. Oh, I'm trying to get it off. It's just a little bit longer. So I think they turned out cute. So I did the same thing. I just did the bow. I glued it in the middle. I sewed it and frayed the edges. Tried to. And I'm not like a perfect sewer, so I was trying to kind of make it look imperfect. Not really like I was carrying, but not really carrying. I was trying to just make it look shabby. And then I believe this one I did sew the trims to the edge on this one. And then this one is the heart, this Venice lace from Craftsupplies1 and the heart one. And I only have like this much left. So it was like a little piece of scrap that I had, a little short piece that I had left. And then I put it on top of this trim from Craftsupplies1. And then this is some trim, and it's like a peachy color. And it's little flowers, but it's like a trim. It all comes in one, and there's something else with it, but I just cut the flowers off. They're like kind of, I'm gonna say like a tulip kind of. That's what it reminds me of, because it goes all the way down in there and it's got leaves that come off of it. So then I just glued that down, and then this is a silk flower from Craftsupplies1, and then a big calla lily bead cap, and I just put a pearl from Craftsupplies1 in the middle. And then another tag, and this says wish, and I did this, on the tags, this one I did with knotted wood, the chalk ink, and I believe shabby tote. And then on like my blue one, I used pastel blue, and the purple one, I think I just did white on that one, and a little bit of pastel purple. And then on this one, I did pastel pink. I think I used a little bit of, oh my gosh, I forget the name. I use it all the time. The name escapes me, but, and then this one I did the brown, and I did a little bit of gesso, and I put it on the material as well. And then, I did the same thing with the white material, and then this is a doily underneath. From Craftsupplies1, and then there's the trim, and then these are Prima flowers, so I just put those down with some thread, and then this is a Prima wood piece, and I believe that that's it on this one. Not too much to them, so I hope you guys like them. Let me just kind of set them up here. Let me know what you guys think, and then I'll post the links to everything below for Julie and contacting her for the guest design team spot. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.